Okay, we got an interesting one today. It'll be a fun one, hopefully not too spicy one, but I have up from TCG Player what Cinderella Ballroom Sensation Enchanted looks like. This is from Set 2, Rise of the Floodborn and Disney Lorcana. This is one that I have from my personal collection. This is in a PSA 10. So let's get started with this one. I'm always looking for buying opportunities. If I see something available, either eBay or even GameStop or anything else, something comes up, it's a good deal, then I'm looking to buy it. It'll either be on my personal collection or for the business side of it, which is fine. I mean, in this case, I was looking to make a purchase on the business side of stuff, so I placed an order for Cinderella Ballroom Sensation. In fact, if we look at the order summary, it says 2023 Disney Lorcana EN2, so that's English 2, Rise of the Floodborn, number 205, and you can check on, I think hopefully that'll show up there. You can hopefully see it. It'll be 205. We can even go back here. It's not quite available, but it's number 205, and it's a PSA 9. A picture not available, picture coming soon, which I'm like, okay, that's fine. Not really a big deal because I've ordered through GameStop before. Sometimes it has a picture, sometimes it shows up later. These pictures actually come from the PSA certification, the PSA pictures. I don't know why they don't load up instantaneously when the item is loaded up, but I figured, okay, not really a big deal. The price is great on this. I've seen errors like this happen before. I figured a system glitch happened, and everything checks out. And I made sure to double check because it's English too. I know that Japanese too. Rise of the Floodborn, the Japanese printing of it, we are seeing PSA graded cards from that. We're seeing that with the Chinese version of it, and they do not go for nearly as much. In fact, I would say realistically $76 even before taxes shipping for a Japanese, move this, Japanese version of Cinderella Ballroom Sensation is probably high, I would guess. I don't know for sure. I haven't done the pricing, which means that I wouldn't have bought it because I'm like, I don't really know what the value of this is because it's really hard to determine that. So I placed the order. I figured, all right, that's fine. No big deal. I'll wait a couple of days and there's no order confirmation with it. I'm like, all right, maybe it really was just a system glitch and they don't have it. I've had that happen before with ordering from GameStop where the system doesn't seem to know when they have a card and when they don't. And so I placed an order and they don't have the card available and it's just like awaiting for, item to be in stock. And GameStop treats it like it's, a PlayStation game or something like that to where they're going to get more in stock. But like with a certain number, you're not getting more in stock unless a person resells it back to GameStop. So it's never happening. The card doesn't get charged. It's not a big deal. That's fine, right? You can only buy this stuff online. So I get the notification. Oh wait, no, hang on. I get the notification from GameStop. Got this in the wrong order. That it's on the way, and as of recording this, it was going to be on the way Monday. I think this is going to upload Monday potentially, and you can see at the bottom in the shipment 2023 Disney Lorcana EN2 Rise of the Floodborn. All the same stuff, right? But when I looked on the GameStop website when I was logged in, I saw something very peculiar because I saw this picture, but it was much smaller because I was looking at it on mobile, and I'm like, wait a minute. That's not Ballroom Sensation. That's Melody Weaver. I know the difference between these two. And so I'm like, oh, this is not good. Are they sending me Melody Weaver that they think is Ballroom Sensation? So I emailed GameStop. I'm like, hey, when I placed the order, there wasn't a picture, and I have proof of this. I have it in the email form. It said Cinderella Ballroom Sensation Enchanted PSA 9. But when I look at the picture, it's Melody Weaver. Can you confirm that the right item is going to be sent? So I sent that, in the evening. Wasn't expecting a response, obviously, from that. And I look and I'm like, hold up a minute. Like, are you seeing what I am seeing on this? If you look at the PSA grading tag at the top, it says English 2. But Melody Weaver is from Ursula's Return. It's not Rise of the Floodborn. So I'm like, wait a minute. What is going on here? This doesn't make any sense. Like, what happened? So I'm like, at first I'm thinking, okay, GameStop messed this up. The title of this, like, was I scammed or is this incompetence? And like, this seems really weird. Like, how do you mess up these two? One clearly says Melody Weaver if you zoom in. Oh, hi, Sahana. Oh, Sahana came down and joined us, so that's always nice. I don't have camera set up. She's just kind of sitting. I might be petting her soon if she comes over here, which is good. I need the positivity for this video. But going back, I'm like, okay, GameStop clearly messed up here. So this is going to be a problem. So I email them again. I'm like, hey, cancel this order. This is not the right card that you're sending me. I do not want this card. And I get a response saying, well, the order's already been processed. Our advice is to accept shipment of it. I'm like, no, I don't want to accept shipment of this because I've read your policy on PSA graded cards. There is a no returns allowed, but this is not the card I ordered. This is the wrong card. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, is this fraud? Is this a scam? What is happening here? I don't know. So I'm like, okay, all of this is really weird. Come here. Come here. You want pets? You got to come here. All right, I'll reach over. I'm going to move the mic this way. I'm going to be a little bit off camera so I can pet Sahana because she has decided to sit and does not want to move closer. You understand, right? So do a bit of more research. I'm like, okay, well, it's got a cert number. Let's see what PSA says. Yeah, so cert number here is 986-65613. Type that in. We have 986-65613. English 2, Rise of the Floodborn, Cinderella, Melody Weaver. And if you look at the bottom, it's EN4. Hopefully this shows up. Yep, English 4. Obviously, this is from Ursula's Return. So I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This PSA graded the wrong card. Like, I don't know how, but they graded the wrong card. They took a Cinderella and said, oh, it's Cinderella. This is Ballroom Sensation, despite the fact that it is very clearly, if you read it, it says Melody Weaver on it. So I get on the phone with GameStop. I'm like, you need to cancel the delivery of this. I do not want this card. PSA made a mistake. You need to send this card back to PSA because I don't know how, but they messed up the grading with it. And the response is, well, we can't cancel the shipment. It's already in order. I'm like, you can just cancel it. It's sending through the United States Postal Service. This is possible to cancel and reroute back. I know this because I had this happen recently with, strangely enough, Fabled. We ordered a case for delivery. We got an email from the company that said, I'm going to move this back, that said, hey, we didn't get the allotment. We thought we can either cancel the order or we can send it via a second wave. And then like the next day, we got shipping notification saying, hey, this is on the way. I was like, wait, what is happening here? And then another day later, we look at it and it was been canceled, rerouted back to them. So I know for a fact you can reroute, you can do this, especially when I sent the email and was on the phone. At that point, the United States Postal Service hadn't confirmed receipt of the item. The shipping label had just been created, but the people who were sending it actually hadn't sent it yet. And I'm on the line for about 20 minutes and it just keeps coming back. Well, the order's already been processed. We can't do this, but if the card isn't what it was claimed to be or advertised to be, then it is eligible for a refund under our return policy. And I was like, okay, so here's life advice for anyone dealing with any sort of company or any business side things when it comes to dealing with your money. Get everything in writing. It does not matter what someone verbally says on the phone to you. If it's not in writing, it didn't happen. So I specifically told them, I want this in writing. I want this policy sent to me in writing, so when the wrong item comes, because it's going to be the wrong item because PSA messed up the grading here, it's going to be eligible for a refund. And hopefully, ideally, they read what I actually wrote, and instead of relisting on GameStop, they send it back to PSA and be like, hey, PSA, you messed this up. Fix the grading on this. Take accountability, take responsibility for it. So at the end of it all, I get this, appreciate the interest, blah, blah, blah. Please note that all sales are final policy, means they're not eligible for refunds or replacements. However, we do make exception in cases where the item received is incorrect. If you receive a PSA trading card that does not match what you ordered, please contact us immediately. We'll be happy to provide a return label so you can send the item back to us and we'll process a refund accordingly, which I am planning on doing. It's supposed to be here, I think, the day this video is released. I'm going to process, I'm going to take the pictures of it, I'm going to ask for a return on this. But here's where I'm very interested in what is going to happen, right? Because according to the certification number, what they sent me is technically correct, but the card that they sent me is completely incorrect. So are they going to rule it as it does match or it does not match? I'm going to take pictures zoomed in of saying Melody Weaver, this is not Ballroom Sensation, you know, and I have my own Ballroom Sensation, like this is what it looks like, this is what it's supposed to be. But will they reject that, and do I need to go through PSA in order to get this fixed? I really don't know what's going to happen. Haven't experienced something like this before. Won't pretend otherwise. It is frustrating, I think mostly because if they were able to just cancel the shipment, we probably could have saved everyone a whole bunch of money dealing with shipping, return labels, all that other stuff. They could have sent it to PSA right away, gotten the problem fixed. And I think if you're dealing with like a buyer, you know, at a card sale, person to person, you're actually dealing with a human who deals with this sort of stuff. They could see it and they would be like, oh yeah, this is a problem. We can send this off. We can get this fixed, right? But because I'm dealing with a system and dealing with people that don't handle PSA trading cards, aren't experts in Lorcana, and may not even be fully or even marginally aware of what Lorcana is, we're going to get mistakes like this to where they have to follow a regimented system about what they have to do, follow the processes, even if they make no sense for the situation that's being described, because their system is not designed to handle this sort of stuff. So all this to say, I don't exactly know what's going to happen. It's a pretty frustrating situation. I can say at the end of the day, if GameStop refuses to return or refund it, I'm probably going to keep the card. I don't think I'm going to send it to PSA. I know it's a waste of money because I think the Cinderella Melody Weaver, let me see if I can pull it up. I think I have it in my recent search. The Melody Weaver is like a $35 card. I ended up paying like $88 after taxes and shipping for this card. I am not getting Ballroom Sensation. So yeah, I lose about $50 in value. But you have this level of, I'm going to say incompetence. I really don't believe that this is anything intentional by anyone along the way. I really think this is incompetence all across throughout the entire process, from PSA to the person who got it back from grading, to selling it to GameStop, to the GameStop person going through their processes that they're required to do, not noticing the discrepancy with it, to it being uploaded on a website likely by a system where no human intervention is happening, to being sold without a picture, to not being able to process a return or refund or cancel shipment when an error is immediately noted on it by someone who does know about Disney Lorcana. It's just layers and layers of incompetence, in my opinion. And maybe I'm given a benefit of the doubt where one doesn't warrant that, but I do like to believe that people are far more ignorant than they are malicious. I really think that this is honest mistakes by people who just are not familiar with the trading card game. And I'll give that to the GameStop as a kind of a pass, assuming that they acknowledge their mistake and just make it right. PSA, that one's rough. And I know, there's a lot of people that really dislike PSA. Sahana included, apparently. If you heard the bark, she does not like PSA either, which I did not know until today. And this certainly does not give any credibility to their grading processes to grade the completely wrong card, not just the wrong language, as I've seen before. I may still have a card in the complete wrong language, I'm not sure. But this is just the wrong card, the wrong set. At least it's the right character. So yeah, it's really not a good look on the PSA side. So if I don't get a refund, I'm keeping it just because I think it'll be a good trophy to have and a funny story to be able to tell with it. And yeah, I'm going to eat the $50 loss in value on it, but sometimes you can spend money for a good story. So with all that said there, PSA for now is still the gold standard with grading, at least for the Lorcana trading card game. Right or wrong, Sahana's about to bark again, so she says that's wrong. Someone else should be doing that. I'm not going to wade into those waters on stuff like that. I know from business side, PSA carries the most value. I don't know if I've been saying TSA. Hopefully I've been saying PSA. Ugh, I'm tired. It's been a long week. We'll have another update on Sahana in the Market Watch video. So if you're curious about Sahana, one, thank you for all the kind words. But Saturday, stay tuned. We'll have a full update as to what's going on with her with it. So if someone else is going to take over PSA, fine. I don't really care. For right now, PSA carries the most value when it comes to grading cards in the Lorcana space on average. And if that changes, so be it. Really not any big sweat off of my back. I can say that much for sure. But I'll make a follow-up video with what GameStop happens or what GameStop does with this. If I have to go through PSA, what they would do with it. So stay tuned for part 2. I don't know what's going to happen. If you have an idea, let me know in the comments below. I'm curious what you think is going to happen with this. So make your predictions, and I will update you hopefully next week, next Monday, with what happened with it. So all that said, thank you so much for the support. The channel keeps growing, and I really do appreciate all of it. I know this is a bit of a negative side, but we're going to have some fun with it. Be able to laugh and enjoy the ridiculousness of the situation and stay positive with everything. So I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.